What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all been? So from time to time, I um I share with you guys things that I feel like I need to let go on my journey. Now I'm not gonna go down the list, but procrastination was one of them. Manipulation was another one. Validation was another one. Today, I want to give up partnership. Now, I'm not talking about being in a relationship. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. Just stay with me. So, all my life, I have always wanted to start something. I always thought that I was greater than what I was doing at the moment. Like I could be something else. Like if I put my mind to something, I can make something work out. I'm smart enough to do this, okay? And I would always see such great things in the people around me, whatever their strength may be. And I would say to myself, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm weak in that area. You're strong in that area. And I'm strong where you're weak. We can make something happen, right? And it started out like, your first people are always your family. And then I branched out into friendships. As I got older, relationships, my parents, just the different people I was reaching out to, like, we could. I think I have finally come to the place where I think I need to just jump out on the dreams that I see. No one's faith is going to be like your own if they didn't see the dream. And I think that's why I've been so stagnant in my life, is because I have always held on to this certain amount of codependency, right? That caused an amount of fear. I was listening to an interview with, what's his name? Kevin Gates. I like him sometimes. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. So I was listening to an interview with him, and he was talking about the amount of fear that he used to walk around with. And I'm not going to get into the list that he made. It was, a self list of fears that he was walking around with. And that would make him react in certain ways with people, friends, family, just people in passing, just everybody. He reacted in these certain ways because of the mask that he felt he needed to wear to protect his vulnerability at the end of the day, okay? And that made me start to think about all of the levels of fear that people walk around with. It's like you have this fear of being maskless, letting people see what's behind your ego. The ego that you didn't have when you came into the world when you was 5, that you built that ego to protect certain parts of your vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? The soft parts, the parts that would give a person a shirt off their back, the parts that would get hurt or damaged or, whatever. And fear of accountability, that's another thing that people have. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest and showing up. You know what I'm saying? And then there is also, like, I think that's my biggest one, is the fear of moving on and moving forward. People, places, things, moving from one place to another, going to visit a certain area, whatever it is, whatever your thing is. But under all of those amounts of fear, like, as you personally overcome certain parts of your fear, I'm about to go back to the interview. He had also said that you begin to be able to see where people are. You can look in their eyes and see what level they are and where they at, because you've been there. And he referenced something about going to the gym and some other things, but it's just a reference, if you understand what I'm saying. If you've worked on certain parts of yourself, whatever area we talking about, like whether it be, fear of commitment, fear of whatever, if you've worked on that part, you can look clearly into somebody else while they talking to you, and you can see what stage they're on. And sometimes we trick ourselves because we clearly see things in other people that you once seen when you looked in your own mirror. And sometimes we go ahead and we say, okay, I spot that, and you handle it accordingly. But me, I think that is a form of codependency. I'm not sure if it's because of the fact that I was an only child growing up, and I've always wanted to have a running mate. Maybe that could be the stem from which this all carries. But I have to, it really made me check within some different areas of my life. And I'm like, where else do I feel the need to partner? Just recently, I went and took myself out. Like, I didn't need anybody to go with me. And I really felt awkward and strange. And that's usually for me, like, all my life, I have never been out alone. Like, I hear people talking about going to the show by themselves and going out to eat by themselves. And just up until maybe last week, I have never went out alone. And I said to myself, I'm going out anyway. I was supposed to have been meeting somebody, but they canceled before I left. And I was like, you know what? The hell with that. I wanted to go outside. I'm going outside regardless. And I had a nice time alone. Very peaceful. It was a lot of people. But I, in my little area, was peaceful. So, yeah. I think I'm going to put that down. And when certain business partners and different things, they will present themselves as they need to be in my life, I'm sure. And if they don't, we're going to move forward. And that's just it. That is just it. So I hope that I didn't ramble too long. I hope that maybe I made a couple people think about their own mess and where you might be feeling like me. You know what I'm saying? And this is not a woman thing. This is a human thing. We all, at some stuff, we all feel. And y'all be on some bullshit if you want to say, oh, no, that's just the girls. Oh, no, niggas do that. No, like, we all have the same emotional balances and imbalances at times. You know what I'm saying? We all have the same triggers at certain times. How we handle them might be different. But anyway, y'all have a good night.